And welcome back to more Paper Mario. So last time we went around the areas we've previously visited and collected a bunch of star pieces, and also got another little bit of a hint involving spin jumping 3 times in a house with a whirling roof. Huh? Oh, this badge, this quick change! I had no idea such a useful badge was in my attic. Mario, you're a very lucky man. We should put that badge on. You got the quick change badge. Changes your party members and attacks with it on that turn. So this is one of the best badges in the entire game. I cannot emphasize that enough, to be honest. We want to make room for this. This allows us to not have to worry about changing partners, making it extremely valuable. By the way, these are free. That sure is a sound effect. I'm going to unequip that right away. And where the heck did that go? There it is, quick change. So I'm not sure how fast we'll actually be putting it to use, but it is definitely worth having, and I am very excited to have it as early as possible, so it really pays to visit the town again, and not just immediately go to Gusty Gulch, as odd as it kind of feels to just drop everything and do side quests. Check the selection, not anything terribly great. This is a good one if you're having trouble with action commands. It makes the timing a little bit more forgiving. I think it basically increases the frame window in which you can input a command. So if you're having trouble, and this game is a little finicky, definitely a good badge to have. I don't know how much BP it uses. I want to say it's only like 1, since it is supposed to make things easier. It obviously shouldn't be too pricey, otherwise that would be kind of mean. Like, here's this thing that makes the game easier. Also, it takes like 10 BP. That would just be mean. So we are going to be skipping encounters. And I am also trying to kind of speedrun this forest with a guide. I have a map up. So it should be right here. Yeah, I actually didn't show like any of the hints, because I just kind of did all this with a guide for the sake of ease, and I still messed it up, so shows why I need the guide, I suppose. I still might mess it up right here. I'm not sure if this is right. That looks correct. Shoot. So yeah, piranha plants are a little bit hard to avoid in tight spaces. So yeah, a little bit intimidating. The best thing is to get them to chomp at you, and then they'll be kind of staggered for a bit, and then you can sneak on by. But with that, we should be almost to the end. There we go. The way out. Alright, that took no time at all, thankfully. So with that, we're on to Gusty Gulch, which should be right over here. Got an exit. Go ahead, open it. So Mario, we're on our way. Are you scared? Well, I like how Bo appears even if you don't have her in the party. Obviously that's a good cutscene, and obviously they don't want you to miss it. Because obviously you have different party members at a time, and you know, it sucks to miss dialogue like that. So this is a good chance to try out our new badge. We swapped characters and can still tattle. This is a Hyper Goomba. Hyper Goombas are Hyper Goombas with wings. Max HP 7, attack power 1, defense power 0. They sometimes charge their power before attacking. That charged attack will take away 8 HP, so watch out when they start to glow. It'll miss you if you can become transparent. Except for that, they're no different than normal Paragoombas, so use a jump attack to defeat them. So, what I was trying to say earlier, basically, it's like, you know, different party members will have something to say in certain areas, but in this case, Bo obviously has to show up. This is a Hyper Goomba. Hyper Goombas are crazy, uncivilized Goombas living in Gusty Gulch. Max HP 7, attack power 1, defense power 0. They sometimes charge their power before attacking. Now charged attack will take away 8 HP, so watch out when they start to glow. It's a good idea to use bow or an item to become transparent. The attack will miss for sure. I am actually starting to wonder if I should store that repel gel for later. It's a really good item, so I'm like, should I go back to Boo Mansion and store it? By the way, stores basically link up, so you don't have to worry about like going to the same store that you actually dropped off the item at. I'm trying to think of like games that are that mean, and the only one I can think of is like a specific mode in a Resident Evil where the item boxes don't link up properly. And thus you actually have to keep in mind which item boxes have what items. And that spell was completely useless because it just charged up. It didn't even attack. So yeah, that's just 8 HP, so you definitely want to finish it off as soon as possible. Pacing-wise, something I find a little bit interesting about Gusty Gulch is it kind of feels a little bit like Chapter 4 of... Oh, that does more damage. Cool. It kind of feels a little bit like Chapter 4 of Thousand Year Door, despite being Chapter 3 of this game. It's like Paper Mario and Thousand Year Door's first chapters both involve a meadow and a fortress and a Koopa that you recruit along the way, so it's a little bit similar. It's like you skip Chapter 2 and go straight to Chapter 4, like 4, because like Chapter 3 also isn't particularly similar to anything in this game, or 3 I meant, with the arena. I kind of feel like, looking back at this game, going back to the pacing a little bit, I feel like, as much as I like Thousand Year Door, this game has better pacing. You know, there aren't really any, like... Oh, Lady Bo, what a surprise seeing you! You know, your ladyship, you really shouldn't come around here, it's dangerous. Tubba Blubba could come here at any time. I know, I came here to teach that Tubba Blubba a lesson. Bring him on. When was the last time he came through here? Why, just yesterday, lady, it was horrible. This time he ate Herbert. Oh, it was gruesome. Poor Herbert. It was so dark and depressing. What a terrific boo. Oh no, not Herbert. Oh, Tubba Blubba, he must be stopped. Listen everyone, don't fear. We're on our way to defeat this Tubba Blubba once and for all. That monster's in his last boo meal. Oh lady, your bravery is inspiring. But you know he's called the Invincible Tubba Blubba. Please be careful, okay? Yeah, that's not great. The Invincible part. So, I've got a heal block, might as well take advantage of that really quickly, and... oh hello, Boo, I guess. Poor effort, sorry, I had a weird dream last night. This dream voice said, sometimes you must turn and run away. You must run and run until you reach the tower with the spinning veins. Something like that, anyway. What can it mean? Sounds like a hint. For some reason, I kind of feel like having Bo in the party right now. Hello there, you're going up to beat Tubba Blubba, right? Yeah, get revenge. He'll never eat another ghost. Never. Especially not. Oh no, Tubba Blubba's coming. Everybody hide! Lady Bo, you have to hide Mario. Mario, we have to hide. Use my power immediately. Press C down. Everything's cool, lady. He can't see you. Nope, there's no way Tubba Blubba can see you right now. Looks yummy. I need a snack. A little tangy, but good. Oh, Stanley! Oh, the horror of it all. Stanley, no, why you too? I like how the booths have such unassuming names. So we have Herbert and Stanley. Up here we have an item called a Dizzy Dial and a Cleft, it looks like. But yeah, as I was saying, this game's pacing doesn't really let up at all, which is something I prefer over Thousand Year Door, which I feel like has weaker pacing, actually. Because as much as, also by the way, if it works, dazes and paralyzes all enemies briefly. As much as I love Thousand Year Door, Chapter 2 and 3 kind of have some slow moments. I love parts of Chapter... by the way, this is a Hypercleft. Hyperclefts have more defense power than normal clefts. Max HP 4, attack power 3, defense power 3. They sometimes charge their power before attacking. The charged attack will take away 8 HP, so watch out when they start to glow. It'll miss you if you can become transparent. Their defense power will fall to 1 if you flip them, or if you use an explosion to flip them over. And in case you hadn't noticed, they have spikes up top. It'll hurt if you jump on them. But yeah, I like Chapter 3 of Thousand Year Door, but will fully admit that some of the pacing is a bit rough in that. Chapter 4 as well, story-wise, I enjoy, but youch, that, yeah, the pacing is really off. You know, Chapter 6 and 7, well, 7 gets good, but then 6 is probably my overall favorite chapter. By the way, coin doubler. Not that we need this many coins, but oh well. But yeah, this game, there's only one chapter I find to be kind of slow. Which I'm not looking forward to, by the way. But yeah, there's just basically one chapter that I actually actively dislike in this game. Which is, again, oddly enough, a lot better than Thousand Year Door, even though I tend to prefer that game. Again, I think the breeziness of areas really helps in this game. So even if you don't particularly like a particular set piece, like Gusty Gulch isn't exactly my favorite visually. I'm not the biggest fan of desert levels, and we frankly just had a desert level with Dusty Desert. This is more like a canyon, admittedly, but still kind of similar set piece, I find. It's over really quickly because this game's pacing moves so quickly, and that's actually really cool. You don't really have time to get tired of an area because it's over really fast. Another repel shell, not ominous at all. Got a letter over here, a letter to Feist near the entrance to Forever Forest. So we'll have to deliver that on the way out. This should do none, right? Yeah, none. Cool. Thanks. I forgot I took off Quick Hammer. That's bad. So let's try a Power Bomb. By the way, we will see Bo eventually. I'm not using Bo because I don't find her terribly useful against most of these enemies. But actually, this is a great time to demonstrate. So she has 2 moves at the moment. By the way, each character gains a 3rd move on super level. So Bo's default moves are Out of Sight, which is basically like a dodge, makes you invisible for a turn, and Smack, which basically works like Goombario, except it does 4 damage but 1 each, which isn't great. if an enemy has any amount of defense, Bo is basically useless. So I find Bo one of the less good party members in battle, even though her field ability is really cool. I don't actually think there are any enemies around now, so we'll have to see this a little bit later. Just making sure I didn't miss anything. I'm pretty sure there's a star piece around here somewhere, but I actually cannot remember where it's supposed to be. So Bo's abilities make you invisible, and then enemies will start to ignore you. That is a lot of enemies, and I wish I had a screen clear. Having something like a the second move in Thousand Year Door, like Earth Tremor, I think. I actually can't remember the name off the top of my head, but something like that would help immensely. You know, doing 6 damage on everybody would be lovely right about now, as we're entering a very precarious situation. Very precarious indeed, so I'm gonna use this Fire Flower, hopefully take out enough of them on this turn to not get completely destroyed in the next turn. We don't have any FP, and thus I didn't want to waste a turn to use up a Star Energy point. This should do 4, so we should be only taking 7 damage this turn rather than 14. Zap Tap wouldn't actually have been that bad in this fight. In the next area, Zap Tap is basically useless, so that's why I opted to not have it equipped. But in this particular fight, I wish I had it equipped. Would have helped a lot. And with that, there should be a cleft up here, which I am thinking about ignoring for the time being, because we have such low stats at the moment. Also, this Hyper Goomba, and this cleft over here. Super Shroom, that recovers 10 HP, coins in that block. Well, this might be a little bit bad, so let's show off a little bit of a trick here. If you ever get into a bad fight like this, I would recommend running, and then just trying to trigger First Strike. So kind of a nice little trick there. We should be able to take on this group of Goombas without too much difficulty. Power jump this one to get it down to 1 HP, and then we should be able to quickly deal with the remaining group. These enemies hit really hard. Like surprisingly, these are surprisingly difficult for this relatively early in the game. They don't mess around. Let's see, we also have Repel Gels, which make Mario invisible, comparable to Bo. So if you need to quickly escape and have no FP, that is an option. I will try not doing that because I would prefer to save Repel Gels for like the final boss, actually, where they're really good. So we have a little bit of an awkward situation where we have 2 clefts and not really any way to deal with them. So I think I might ignore them. But I think we're actually gonna call it here for now. So thank you for watching, and next time we're gonna make our way to Tubba Blubba's castle. So with that being said, thank you for watching, and I hope you'll join me next time for more Paper Mario.